Welcome back, traders. This is Sandra with Trading Made Simple.
Any other questions about what we just talked about?
Would you demonstrate the trail stop again?
Oh, sure. So I'm on the trade tab, and whether it be a call or a put, I'm going to, that's on the sell. Did you guys notice that? I just made a mistake, but I want you to know the mistake I made because a lot of people do this as well. So when I'm over here and I say sell, that's selling a contract. If I go over here, you could see where it says buy. You want to make sure you're always buying your contracts here in the trade tab. So as I right click it, there's a drop down menu. So when I buy custom with a stop, that's all you're going to use. Buy custom with a stop. When I do that, the order automatically is created. And then I come right over here to this box where it says stop. And I click on it. And when I click on it, there's a drop down. And in that drop down is a trail stop. It's trailing, trail stop. Once I do that, it defaults to the money. So as an example, I can do a trail stop for this put if it goes down, the option price goes down 10 cents. If I wanted to make it a percentage, I just click on this button. And you remember, all stops need a negative. So now I go negative, and then I can put in my percentage. So as an example on that put play, we're just going to use the dollar amount, and we're going to use 15 cents. So if the option contracts go down 15 cents, then I want to get out of this, okay? So here's a trail stop. We're doing a put, and we're going to send that in. Now, let's see if it'll get, it's still waiting in the wings. You see how it doesn't say quantity? If it doesn't say quantity, you know, sometimes you're looking and you're like, well, what does this mean? I see it just got filled. So now I got filled at 456 on this contract, and I'm actually up. No, it's at zero. It's at break even. I'm down $1. Do you see how it said is a negative 22%? I'm down $1. And so here I have a call on, for example, I'm up $4. I just bought a put and I'm down $2.50 from that. So we'll see if it triggers by the end of our session today. Anybody else have a question about what we just talked about? Part two
Sandra,
next week. I hope
I
you'll
might,
be there. Hi, Tom. Go ahead.
yeah, thanks. Okay, so tomorrow is going to be a potential huge volatility event with this unemployment number coming out. And I've noticed sometimes, maybe it's just because I'm doing it wrong, the thing, if it goes down precipitously in such a case, it just jumps the stop. It treats it like it wasn't even there.
Yeah.
I wonder how you handle that, or
Yeah, you know, most complaints are that the stops get triggered way too fast with volatility, but not the profit targets. Because sometimes you'll see price go, you know, like down, up, or up, down. And you'll notice that when you put your contracts in, you know, ThinkorSwim will always say, you know, oh, you know, based on volatility, this may or may not be filled. You know, that's their like little disclaimer. So you just need to know that sometimes, even though you got the direction right, you programmed your trade, I'll just say it, shit's going to happen and you don't get filled. And the first thing you do is call Schwab because you're like, hey, price hit. And then you can hear what they say. Oh, but it, you know, it was too quick. It, you know, it didn't, price needs to like grab your order. You know what I mean? And sometimes if it's just too quick, it won't grab it. And then also, sometimes my complaint is opposite than yours, Tom. I could have a stop loss in and all my stops get triggered. But when price breaks to the upside, my take profit never gets triggered when my stop loss.
that happened too, Sandra. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I'm always like, that's not fair. You know, this software, by the way, if anybody learns tech or has a job in tech, I mean, you just know, like, oh my God, you know, it's programmed, and I'm sure they program it to their benefit. But what can you do about that? Let's talk about it. Jobs reports coming out at what time, Tom?
I believe 8:30.
Okay, so when you do your trade for 8:30,
And that would be Central, though.
okay, whatever it is Eastern, you know, as traders, we always talk
9,
Eastern Standard. There you go. We always, you know, always talk Eastern Standard because we're all trading and we're all from somewhere else. So what time is it supposed to come out?
I'm not sure, but I think it might be 9:30 Eastern.
Okay, let's just use 9:30. Oh, right at the open. Right at the open. Okay, great.
Yeah.
So somehow I hit that wrong. Once again, I made that same mistake by hitting the sell. Remember, you always want to buy the contract, buy custom with a stop. Now, what can you do with this order? Instead of just putting it in, right? I could go to the gear icon. I'm going to click it. Now we're in the order form. This order form is specific to programming a trigger level, and you can use it for a specific time. So if you know that report's coming out at 9:30 and you're doing, you got this trade on, you could say, hey, submit this order, because I know it's going to be hell on wheels tomorrow, right? Submit this order tomorrow at 9:40. Does that make sense?
It does make loads of sense.
You could do this for FOMC. You could do this for any, every single morning. The only problem is like in our program, we're letting people know, hey, you can actually do this on the weekend and let your trades play out. A lot of people on Monday in our VIP complain about Mondays being trigger happy on stop losses. So what everyone has done in our community is basically said, hey, at 9:40, get all of my trades in. And then at 9:40, if any triggered trades happen, they happened. And they're waiting in the wings to happen, right? At 9:40. Everything starts going where it needs to be at 9:40 instead of 9:30. Now, in order for you to do the same on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday, and on Friday, you'd have to go back in to your order. Let's say that was waiting in the wings. And you would say, cancel, replace. You'd come over here and do this over and over and over. We're trying to create a system for those people that just want to set it and forget it for the week. So this is something that you can do. If you identify, and of course, back testing is always crucial. We're in our VIP, we have a team of programmers that are creating a backtesting machine for our weekly watch list for these types of better answers, and say, hey, this does this, 80% of the time when FOMC happens or when the job report happens or whatever, and we can actually then make better decisions. The reason I have you use that Excel spreadsheet, because, you're learning as you're going. And so as you're making trades and they trigger and you're putting in notes, you're putting in how much you made, how much you lost, actually the spreadsheet will calculate it for you. You just need to put in your buy price and your sell price, and it will do the work for you. But we want you to learn from your experiences. So as you're learning from your experiences, that's how people on Monday are going. Mondays suck for, our stops being hit. And it's like, okay, you can do this on this side to do that. Now, always remember, guys, just like in my training, even though I'm talking about the bottom portion of the screen, whenever you set this at a specific time, let's put 9:30, 9:40. All right. And you can see that this says 6:40. This is perfect. I put 9:40 here because my platform has the time for Pacific Standard, I believe. But you can see that it says 6:40, which is perfect because that's Eastern Standard Time. That's when we need it to open, not when it's 9:30 on my end, but when it's 9:30 on the Eastern side, right? So you got 9:30 or 6:40 right here. 6:40 for me is here. 9:40 is there. So it's going to be submitted right when the market opens Pacific Standard Time. Sorry, I got that backwards. Just remember the top part here is always going to be, I'm buying the ask. This needs to be 00. Good till cancel for the week. I want to make sure I get that across. What happens? Let's see. How could we use this programming tool to make an example for cancel this order? Traders, thanks for watching. If you want to get in touch to learn more, our contact info is in the description below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you found it helpful. It really supports the channel and helps others find us too. See you on the next one.